Another Monday today for us. Monday morning.
Monday.
Here we are again. Thank goodness for our yoga practice because it's saving us, that's for sure. I'm Dee, this is Pete, and we've got an hour of flow, Vinyasa Flow together. I'm going to let you start wherever you want to start. So I know Pete, where Pete's going to go. Shavasana, that's all he's here for.
Might just stay there too.
But up to you. If you want to start seated in a bit of a seated meditation, if you want to start in child's pose, our balasana, which is, the stock standard where mostly we start, big toes together, knees out wide, hips to heels, hands walk out in front, plug your forehead into the floor. If you want to start in Supta Baddha Konasana, which is lying on your back, soles of feet together, knees wide, then you can do that as well. There's no right or wrong. So wherever you want to start your practice this morning, close your eyes. Take in some big, deep, long, slow, well-deserved breaths. Just a moment to let go of anything that the mind's clinging to and really allow yourself just to settle, just to come into yourself. Because that's what this practice is all about, connecting back to self, prioritizing that deep connection to self. Ujjayi breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose, slight restriction in the back of the throat. Really allow yourself to hear the audible sound of the Ujjayi breath. Something that, this worldwide pandemic has really highlighted for me, something I'm very grateful for, is that for the last quite a few years, but especially the last 5 years, I have failed miserably at prioritizing myself. And I've come to the realization that I've really suffered for that. And something like a teaching or a quote or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, that's been sort of revisiting me through my meditation and even through my sleep. I've been waking up with this sort of thought in my head of late that if it's not important to us, then we're just going to make excuses. But if it's really important to us, we will find a way. You can always find time for the things that you put first. And over the last 5 years, I haven't done that for myself. I've always put myself on the back burner. I'll get to that later, I'll do that later. And I've suffered. My health has suffered. My mental state has suffered. And so now, thanks to the pandemic, if anything positive comes out of it for myself personally, it's self-priority. Wherever you are, you're going to make your way into your cat-cows. So if you're in child's pose, you just come up onto all fours. If you're on your back, you're going to need to rock and roll yourself up and over. And if you're anywhere else, if you're seated, just gently come over onto all fours, tabletop, and start to mobilize your spine. Back of the ribs stretch into the sky, big breath out. Front of the ribs stretch to the floor, breath in. And then move with the breath. Start to find that vinyasa breath connection. Prioritize it. Prioritize yourself. Don't worry about your to-do list for today. Don't even worry about anything that might be playing on your mind, any worries, any uncertainties. See if you can just leave that out the door right now Allow yourself just to be in your space, prioritizing yourself. If you can do that here now, without any distractions coming in to disturb you, then you'll be able to do that for the rest of today and into the weeks ahead. Obviously, you can take side stretch, squeeze hip and shoulder, a foot stretch, tuck your toes, send your hips to your heels. Just for one more breath. Gandhi said that action expresses priorities. Downward facing dog when you're ready, and keep exploring. Pedal your heels out. Plug your hands in. Make sure you're gripping the mat with your fingertips. Keep your wrists safe. And engage your core. The two central bundles of the body, pelvic floor lifting, pit of the belly flying in and up. Action expresses priorities. I don't know how many times something that I've wanted for myself, wanted to do for myself, or wanted for myself, I've said, yeah, I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later. Because something, and for me personally, it's 99% of the time work related, we prioritize first. No more. I've made that conscious decision that I now prioritize myself first. Walk your feet up to ragdoll. Take your feet out at least hip width apart. Wider, I prefer. Bend the knees and hang over. Make the decision for yourself right now. Self-priority. Give yourself this time that we've got together, this formal practice, as a self-focus. But then really prioritize. Make that conscious decision that from here on out, I am my own priority. Last breath. Come into a halfway lift, lengthen out the spine, toe heel your feet in. Bow back down again, bend your knees and roll yourself up to standing. Once your head reaches the top end, take a big breath in, reach up. Hands to heart, close your eyes, and just for a moment, be solely with yourself. And let's connect with the vibration of Om. Deep breath in. In the spiritual practices, all of them, it's known that our self-care and self-priority, self-focus, it's not selfish, it is absolutely necessary. So do that for yourself right now. Look up, reach up, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Bend your knees, hands to the floor. Lengthen into a halfway lift, high plank. Dandasana. Set the first one up, send the feet back, plug in the hands. Engage the core, breathe in. Shift your weight forward, lie down. 3 cobras. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. 2 more, fill up. Empty out. One more breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. If it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse. Take your right leg to the sky, bend the knee and peel the hip space open. Stay and engage everything. Really breathe. Not only do you want to put yourself as a priority right now, as a focus, but as a real commitment. Really put in the energy, put in the effort. Bring that right foot through, come into a low lunge. Sink into that low lunge. Take in a breath. Stretch out through the hips. Come into pyramid, breathe out. Come into a halfway lift. Take a long breath in. Now you're going to come to low lunge at the back of your mat. So use your hands, pivot on your feet, walk your hands to the back of the mat, come into low lunge so you'll be on the left side now. That happens on an exhale. Bend the left knee a lot. Really bend down, Pete. Come on, bend down. Yeah. Now loop the shoulders, take a deep breath in. Come back into pyramid on your left side now. One more breath. We come back into that halfway lift. Breathe in. Back to your right leg, so you're going to pivot. Engage your core so you're really light on your feet. Back to low lunge on the breath out, this time facing the front of your space. On the inhale, we're going to twist. Right hand to the sky. Big breath in. Stay. Maybe open up the chest a little bit more, looping the left shoulder. Inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take your left leg to the sky, bend, peel open, stay and breathe. Plug in, switch on, and prioritize. We always have time for the things that we prioritize. The things that we put first. Bring the foot through, low lunge. Sink down through the hips, core on, take a breath. Fold into pyramid, this side. Keep the core switched on the entire time, so especially on the out breath, you don't want to let go of the core as you fold. Keep the belly lifted. Keep that engagement. We come into a halfway lift and fill up with breath. Then with the core on, you're light on your feet to pivot to the back of your mat, low lunge. Stay, breathe in, pyramid, fold, breathe out. Again, hold, breathe. We come into a halfway lift, breathe in, pivot, use your core, light on your feet, back to the front of your mat, exhale. This time we twist, left hand to the sky, breath in, stay for this first one, loop the right shoulder, open up through the left. Breathe. One more breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. High plank, fill up. To your belly, empty out. 2 cobras, loop, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Stay, 3 deep breaths. Plug in, switch on, and prioritize. Actions express your priority. Make yourself so much of a priority that everything you do in this practice is 110%, maybe even more, 150%. Look forward, float, front of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen out, fold down, empty. One breath, reach up, Tadasana, fill. Forward fold, exhale the breath out. Halfway lift, lengthen out. High plank, walk, step or float. Breathe in, Only if you're ready. Low plank, chaturanga, breathe out. Otherwise, belly down. Up dog or cobra, in. Down dog, empty. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Bring it straight through, low lunge, exhale. Sink and fill up. Pyramid fold. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Walk it around, low lunge, back of the mat. Sink, fill up. Pyramid fold. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And then pivot back around to the front of the mat. Low lunge. This time we twist. Right hand goes up. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Pick the foot up, step it back. Left leg, inhale, lifts. Bring it through, exhale. Sink, breathe in. Pyramid fold, breathe out. Lengthen, halfway lift. Pivot, back of the mat. Sink, inhale. Pyramid fold, exhale. Without bending that right knee, halfway lift. Inhale. Pivot, front of the mat, exhale. Twist, left hand to the sky. Inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. High plank, breathe in. Low plank, breathe out. Upward facing fill. Downward facing empty. One breath. Exhale it out. Look forward, walk, step or float. Half lift. Bow. Tadasana, reach up. Forward fold, exhale out. Halfway lift, lengthen. High plank, float. Breathe in. Shift forward and down to low. Fill, up dog. Empty to down dog. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Low lunge, exhale. Sink, breathe in. Pyramid fold, empty. Without bending the right leg, halfway lift, just lengthen out the spine. Pivot to the back of your mat. Sink, breathe in. Pyramid fold, breathe out. Without bending the left leg, halfway lift, in. To the front of the mat, out. Right hand to the sky, twist, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg, inhale, lifts. Bring it through. Sink and fill. Fold, pyramid. Lengthening the spine, halfway lift. To your right leg, pivot around, exhale. Stay, fill up. Pyramid fold. Halfway lift, in. Back to the front of your mat, empty. Twist, fill, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. High Dandasana. Low Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing Urdhva Mukha. Downward facing Adho Mukha. One breath. Empty. Look forward, float. Halfway lift. Bow. Tadasana, reach up. Fold, empty out. Half lift, lengthen. High plank, float. Breathe in. Empty down. Fill, open the chest. Down dog, sit bones to the sky. Right leg, inhale, lift. Bring it through, exhale. Sink and fill. Pyramid fold. Half lift, spine long. Pivot around. Sink, fill up. Pyramid fold. Halfway lift. Pivot around. Twist, right hand up. Downward facing dog. Left leg in. Through, out. Sink, fill. Fold, empty. Lengthen, fill up. Pivot, exhale. Sink, fill. Fold, exhale. Long spine, fill again. Pivot around. Twist, left hand up, in. Down dog, out. High plank, inhale. Low plank, exhale. Fill, up dog. Empty, down dog. Stay. Breathe. Are you prioritizing yourself? Are you giving yourself 110%? Or are you just half in, prioritizing the distractions? Go all in. Do it for yourself now. Your future self will thank you for it. Look forward, float, front of the mat. Halfway lift in, fold, empty. Reach up, Tadasana, fill. Utkatasana, chair, sink down. Hold your chair pose. Ask yourself, are you prioritizing yourself? Are you giving yourself 110%? Or are you holding back? Give it back to yourself. Breath in, fold, breath out. Halfway lift, lengthen. High plank, float. Take a breath in. Low plank, empty. Up dog, fill. Down dog, stay. Again, make yourself the priority. There's an awesome teaching that I found the other day, and it says at the end of the day, you are your longest commitment. And it's so true. People come and go, situations, things, materialistic things come and go. But the person I look at in the mirror every single day for my entire life is me. So why don't I prioritize that? Right leg to the sky, inhale. Low lunge, exhale. Sink and fill. Pyramid, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. This time we come into ninja lunge on your left leg. So you pivot around, exhale. Half ninja or a full ninja. It will depend on your hips, your knees, your ankles. Don't worry about which way your toes are facing. Again, that'll depend on your bone structure. That happens on an exhale. We come into a straddle halfway lift on the inhale. So you're going to bring toes in, heels out to a straddle, but halfway lift, breath in, and then a full straddle forward fold, breath out. Stay here and work on that straddle fold. Belly lifted, gaze fixed, priority on yourself. Breathe. We come into a halfway lift. Breathe in. To the back of your mat, low lunge, breathe out. Sink and fill. Pyramid, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen out. Ninja to your right leg, half, ardha or full purna. Straddle halfway lift. So the toes come in, heels go out, you lengthen out through your spine, hands can be on the floor, but knees can be bent. That happens on an in to straddle forward fold on your out. Stay, breathe. Halfway lift, lengthen and fill. Back to the front of your mat, low lunge, exhale. Come back into that twist, right hand to the sky. Breath in, downward facing dog, breath out. High plank, fill up. Low plank, empty out. Upward facing in, downward facing out. Left leg straight up, inhale. Low lunge, exhale. Sink and fill. Pyramid, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Adding in the ninja, right leg, half or full. Coming into your straddle, halfway lift. Toes in, heels out, lengthen the spine. Then fold into your straddle fold. Stay, full breath. Are you giving yourself 110%? Halfway lift, inhale. To your right leg, back of the mat, low lunge, exhale. Sink and fill. pyramid fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Ninja to your left leg, exhale. Straddle, halfway lift. Toes in, heels out, lengthen. Straddle, forward fold, empty. Again, stay, full breath. Halfway lift, fill up. Front of the mat, low lunge, empty. Twist, left hand to the sky, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. High plank, fill up. Low plank, empty. Up dog, engage. Down dog, we stay. Anthony Robbins said that it's not what's happening to you now or what has happened in your past that determines who you become. Rather, it's your decisions about what to focus on, what things mean to you, and what you're going to do about them that will determine your ultimate destiny. You have the power to create your destiny. The only way we can do that is by prioritizing ourselves. Look forward, float, front of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. Fold back down, empty. Reach, Tadasana, fill. Utkatasana, strong through the legs, especially the quads and glutes. Stay for the breath in. Fold, breath out. Halfway lift, fill up. High plank, empty out. Breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Urdhva Mukha, Adho Mukha. Right leg, inhale it up. Exhale it through. Sink and fill. Fold, pyramid. Halfway lift, lengthen out. Ninja, left leg. Straddle, halfway lift, fill up. Fold, empty. Halfway lift. To the back of the mat, low lunge, exhale. Sink and fill. Pyramid, empty. Halfway lift, inhale. Right leg, ninja, exhale. Straddle, halfway lift, fill up. Straddle, fold. Halfway lift. Right leg, front of the mat, low lunge. Twist, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. High plank, fill. Low plank, empty. Up dog. Down dog. Left leg, inhale. Bring it through, exhale. Sink, breathe in. Pyramid, fold, out. Halfway lift. Right leg, ninja. Straddle, halfway lift. Fold. Halfway lift. Back of the mat, low lunge. Sink and fill. Pyramid, fold. Halfway lift. Ninja, left leg. Straddle, halfway lift. Fold. Half lift. Left leg, front of the mat, low lunge. Twist and fill. Downward facing dog. High plank, inhale. Low plank, exhale. Upward facing in. Downward facing out, stay. Again, make yourself the priority. Action expresses your priorities. So let yourself see the action of self-priority. 110%. Look forward, float, front of the mat. Halfway lift, in. Fold out. Reach up, breath in. Chair, breath out. Fill. Fold. Halfway. High. Breathe in. Low. Upward facing. Downward facing. Right leg in. Through, out. Sink, breathe. Pyramid, empty. Half lift. Ninja, left leg. Straddle, halfway lift. Straddle, fold. Half lift. Back of the mat, left leg, lunge. Sink, fill. Pyramid, empty. halfway lift, ninja right leg, straddle halfway lift, fold, halfway lift, front of the mat, low lunge, twist, breathe in, downward facing dog, breathe out, high plank, low, upward facing, downward facing, left leg in, bring it through, sink, fill, fold, pyramid, half lift, right leg ninja, straddle halfway lift, fold, halfway lift, back of the mat, low lunge, sink and fill, pyramid, empty, halfway lift, ninja, left leg, straddle, halfway lift, fold, lengthen to halfway again, low lunge, front of the mat, twist and fill, inhale, downward facing dog, exhale, Dandasana, breathe in, Chaturanga, breathe out, Urdhva Mukha, Adho Mukha, 3 breaths. You are your longest commitment, you are your biggest commitment. Why shouldn't you be your own priority? Your number 1 priority. All the other labels, being a parent, being an employer, an employee, they can all be put aside. Self, priority number 1 in this spiritual practice. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Low lunge, exhale. Sink and fill, pyramid, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Ninja, left leg. Halfway lift, straddle. Fold. Halfway lift, back of the mat. Sink and fill, pyramid, fold. Halfway lift, ninja right. Straddle, halfway lift, fold, halfway lift, low lunge, front of the mat. Find your twist and then find side plank, Vastisthasana. Right leg comes around, loop the left shoulder, core on, push down, maybe extend that right leg to the sky. If you want to take a back extension, come up to Tadasana, your astonishment, you can take that, 3, 110%, 2, crescent lunge. Bring the right foot back to the front of the mat, reach up. Hands to heart center, lean in, twist. Left elbow, right knee, palms pushing. Shoulders stacking. Gazing up, following the rotation of the spine. Breathing into the legs. Last breath. Half moon. Unravel the spine. Bring the right hand forward of the right foot. Take the weight into the right leg, straightening it, and then open up through the left side. Last breath here. Forward fold, pistol gripping big toes. So take your feet at least hip width, wrap your peace fingers around inside and underneath your big toes. Find some length, use your arm strength to take it into a deep forward fold. Every time you feel yourself pulling back from really giving yourself 110%, actions expresses priorities. You got to keep proving to yourself that you are your priority. That you can do it, and you're not going to make excuses why not to. The mind is brilliant, absolutely brilliant at making up all the excuses in the world. But when we really place our importance, when we figure out what's really important to us, That's what takes our priorities. It takes our focus. It's what we put first. Bakasana, crow pose. Go for it. Plant your hands, grip the mat with your fingertips, elbows into armpits. Rock your weight forward. Maybe you find that flight, even if it's just for a millisecond. 3, 2. Malasana, deep squat, toes out, heels in, spine long. Close your eyes down if you can. Downward facing dog. Hands, send the feet back. Left leg to the sky, fill up. Bring it through, low lunge. Sink, fill. Pyramid fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Ninja right leg. Straddle for a halfway lift, breathe in. Now forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift to the back of your mat, low lunge. Sink and fill. Pyramid fold. Halfway lift. Ninja, empty, left leg. Come through center, halfway lift, straddle. Fold into your straddle. Halfway lift. Left leg, low lunge, front of the mat. Find the twist. Loop the right shoulder, side plank. Bring that left leg around, push down from underneath. You can take the starfish, you can take the astonishment. Go for whatever you did on the first side for 3, for 2. Crescent lunge, use your core, bring the left foot around, come all the way up. Hands to heart, lean in, twist. Right elbow, left knee. Extend and rotate. Half moon. Unravel, take the weight forward, take the hand forward, open up through your right side. Gorilla. Whole hand slides in underneath the feet. Take the feet out wide again. Lengthen. Bow. Bow to prioritizing yourself. Action expresses priorities. If you find yourself saying, I'll look at that later, I'll do that later, it's not a priority. And what I've realized that we need to check ourselves. We need to check what our priorities are in life. And ourselves should be at the top of that list. One more crow pose. Go for it. Grip, fly. Last malasana, deep squat. And we should always prioritize core. Boat pose, navasana. If you need to modify, bring the hands behind the knees, feet to the floor. Otherwise, come into your boat pose and really lengthen out your spine, squeezing through your belly. Again, your future self will thank you for this. That's the destiny that we're creating. If we pull back now, we can't expect to see any improvements. Take a breath in, stay or find low boat. Hold your low boat, breathe in. Lift back up to high boat. Stay and fill. Exhale down to low. Stay and fill. Exhale back up to high. One more, stay and fill. Down to low and hold. 5, 4, 3, squeeze, 2, lie down. Bridge, feet flat, knees to the sky. Lift your hips up, tuck in your shoulders. Push down to get up as high as you can. Remember, 110%. Obviously, if you have any back issues, then you're going to pull back a little bit. you're going to modify or just change it so it's suitable for you to keep it safe. But then go to where you don't normally go. Give yourself that much priority. Push yourself just that little bit harder, knowing that your future self will thank you for it and that you're creating the destiny, the ultimate destiny. You're determining that for yourself in this moment. Last breath. Roll out, soup to butter. Soles of feet together, knees wide. Relax. Bridge or wheel. We've got 2 more, just so you know, so you can distribute your energy. So coming up into bridge, it's exactly the same as what you did on the first side. Push down to lift up. Use your arms as leverage, really pushing the floor away, and elbows pushing the floor away. Get your hips up as high as they can come. If you're up in wheel, make sure you loop your shoulders before you come up, so they're in the most safe and open place for you to get a really beautiful expression of your wheel pose. Just for one more breath here, lift the hips up as high as you can. Roll out to the internal rotation, feet wide, knees falling. We've got our Smile program coming up, our 21-day wellbeing challenge. And what I find for a lot of people is they find it really hard to prioritize themselves. Oh, I can't commit to that because I've got too much work going on, or I've got too much on my plate at the moment. But really, it's not a lot of commitment to prioritize ourselves for small snippets of our day is the absolute minimum we should be doing anyway. We've got 1 more, bridge or wheel. So set yourself up, push down to lift up. And it's not until you actually prioritize yourself, until you actually do it, that you realize, wow, I am so much better for it. So much happier, so much more connected. If it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find a million excuses. 3 more breaths. And then roll out, soup to butter, soles of feet together, knees wide. That was an aha moment I had a few months ago. In fact, it was the last Smile program we ran just over 3 months ago, that I realized the Smile program really made me prioritize myself again, that I realized I was making all these excuses for myself. Majority of them based around work, but even just, I can't deal with that just yet because it's going to take a lot of commitment. I don't have the time for that. All these excuses running around in my head. Oh, I've got to be a mom first, or I've got to be a partner, a wife first. We've got to put the businesses first. No, we don't. No more. Self-priority is the highest spiritual calling on the path. So hug your knees into your chest, just to wash out your back. Do whatever you need to do. And then you're going to pick your stretch. So I'm going to offer you frog pose, because we've done ninjas and straddles and, the hips are prepared for frog. Then that's what I'm going to offer you, our frog pose. I'm pretty sure that's the pose Pete was going to take anyway.
100%.
So Pete's going to set up for frog pose. But do whatever feeds your soul. Make yourself the priority. Not pulling back, not going there because it's easy, but going there because you know that it's going to be beneficial for that 110% effort on yourself. So for those of you who are unsure, our stock standard is half pigeon, where you bring your right knee to the right side of your mat, front of the mat, left leg extends out long, your left toes are to the left side of your mat. You puff your chest just to give the spine some length, and then fold. Where you fold to is up to you. There's that option. There's double pigeon, where you just easy seat, cross your legs, lean forward. Or fire log, where you stack your shins. There's also Gomukhasana, our shoelace, cow face pose, where you cross your legs over one another so your knees are stacking and then lean in that way. There's Janu for hamstring stretch, one leg out in front, folding over. There's both legs out wide, seated, straddle forward fold. There's so many things that you could do. Just go to where you feel right now is a priority for you. Prioritize yourself, 110%. Do it now. Start to plant the seeds here now, so then it becomes a little bit easier when we step out into the real big world of chaos. If you're in frog or a symmetrical pose, then stay there. If you absolutely need to come out and want to come out of it to feed your soul, then do that. If you're in half pigeon, so if you're in a right side pose, then bring it over to the left or vice versa. So our half pigeon is knee to the outside edge of the mat, toes opposite, leg long, fold forward. Double pigeon, legs crossed, swap the lead leg. If you took cow face, Gomukhasana, then take that option on this side. Remember Tony Robbins, his words of encouragement, words of wisdom. It's not what's happening to you now or what has happened in your past that determines who you become. Rather, it's your decisions about what to focus on, what things mean to you, and what you're going to do about them that will determine your ultimate destiny. Prioritize yourself and create your destiny. Your future self will look back at this moment and say, thank you. Or maybe it's about bloody time. If you're in frog and have been there the whole time, or in a symmetrical pose you've been the whole time, then really, really slowly make your way out of it. We're all going to meet in a seated straddle forward fold, our Upavista Konasana. So wherever you are, unravel yourself. If you folded up your mat to cushion the knees and unravel them, come to a seated position. Take your time. Both legs out wide. If you were already here, you might like to take something else, or just come back into it again. Lean forward, tuck your chin, close your eyes. When was the last time you solely, wholeheartedly, honestly prioritized yourself as first and foremost? Last breath is to take you to your inversion. Headstanders, set yourself up from a seated position. Otherwise, gentle inversion, Viparita Karani, legs to the sky. Or full inversion, shoulder stand, Savasana. Core on, take the weight into your hands, elbows. Stay focusing on self. If it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse. We always have time for the things that we put first, always. If anyone tells you, oh, sorry, I don't have time, it's not a priority for them. And that's fine. It's absolutely okay. But you need to prioritize you. Actions express priorities. This will take you through plow, halasana, toes to the floor above your head. If you're not taking plow, no big deal, just stay as you are. Bend your knees, Kanapidasana, ear pressure. Slowly rolling out to your fish pose, Matsyasana. Legs long. Slide your hands in underneath your lower back, underneath your sit bones. Come up onto your elbows, lift your chest. Open up through your throat. Open up through the whole front side of the body. Release out of it to your twist. So drop the knees over to one side, arms long. Head goes the opposite way to the knees, with the way the knees are falling. Close your eyes. Not prioritizing myself made me suffer because my health suffered. Bring the knees back through center, take them over to the other side. Through illness and injury, There's only suffering. Prioritizing myself, making myself spend the time on my health and well-being is something that I'll never lose again. That's a commitment, conscious decision I've made for myself. Remember, it's not what's happened to us, what's happened in the past, now or in the past, that determines who we become. It's our decisions about what to focus on now, what things mean to us, what we're going to do about them now. That determines our ultimate destiny, Shavasana. Twinkle fingers, wiggle toes, deepen your breath. Make your way over onto your right hand side. If it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse. And if you're unsure, take notice of your actions. Because actions express priorities. I encourage you to prioritize yourself first and foremost. Give yourself 110%. Everything else will fall into place. Help yourself up to a comfortable seated position, palms coming together at heart center, Anjali Mudra, eyes closed. Let's close with our Om. Deep breath in. Thumbs to third eye center, we bow. I honour the place in you where the entire universe dwells. I honour the place in you because it's also within me. When we're in that place together, we are one. Together we say Namaste. Namaste. Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We hope you have a good day today or a great day today, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.
All right.